Yeah, I was playing around with the GIMP to some extent. I can fix that. I thought I had it turned again, but I also did blocking everybody's Yeah, I'm working on it. I've been experimenting with playing around with macros and the like as well, so I will eventually have it so it's a little bit easier to access character sheets. But right now, the character sheet, there's like something blocked on the character sheet, so you can't actually roll your attacks from your character sheet. Yeah, the skill checks seem to work. There's just something blocked either on the character sheet or on the weapons. Actually, pop up in the chat just for you. Actually. Folks should be along here shortly. I know Jaime said he might be like 10 minutes late because he had to get dinner. Oh well. Just the one I did for my D&D game that I'm running. I've got it set up so there's a menu that the players can click on to pull up the world map or the NPCs or so on and so forth. So I've been playing around with learning basic macros and basic GIMP stuff, which is fun because I am in no way at all in earnest. What Ares' away mission was. In theory, this should work. Oh, excellent, it worked.
Yay!
Yay! All right. So yeah, so it has been a little while since we played. So as a recap of the last couple of sessions, the team went to a planet called, or first of all, they captured more ice.
Oh, that's right. We did catch for more eyes.
You did.
Capture
I
is a
remember that.
strong term. We exchanged for more eyes, didn't we?
No, Bave had rendered him unconscious, and you guys are like, well, if you're done with him, we'll take him.
Does that count as captured, or?
Mostly.
I mean, I would count it as capture.
And along with him, you also brought Omari, who was the ex-First Prime of ISIS.
Yes, she's defecting.
Yes, she is. She is looking. She's looking out for herself, but currently, Phoenixite is her best option.
Yes.
You guys interrogated Morais, found out that there was a lot of resentment that he felt he had been kind of left out to hang, like he was running his experiments, and Arwen no longer had any interest in what he was doing. And he managed to play on that to get him to let you know that while Arwen had not been to that particular world in quite a while, he had two new favorites, geneticists that were on a planet called Magmel, who had apparently had some sort of breakthrough that really excited Arwen, and he focused all of his attention there, leaving Morais and his genetically created telepaths alone. You guys decided to go to Magmel to see what you could find out. Decided to bring Omari with you to give her a chance to kind of prove herself and her desire to join the Tauri. Just in case she gets out of line, you guys did requisition a ZAT from General Lawyer.
Which is important to underline, because that totally becomes pivotal later.
Yes. So on the planet of Magmel, rolling hills, green grass, atmosphere slightly thick. You guys encountered guards posted at the gate, wearing like medieval era armor and weapons, so like plate armor and crossbows. little bit of a misunderstanding. Some shots were exchanged before you managed to calm them down and basically be like, take us to your leaders. A very cursory examination showed that their low-tech gear was actually very high-tech, using like magnetic and gravimetric technologies to like reinforce the plates, and the crossbows were essentially handheld railguns.
Disguised as crossbow.
Disguised as crossbows.
Hello?
Hello.
Hey,
I will be in Foundry in just a few. I just got home, so I'm tuning in voice chat on my phone while I run around my house.
No worries. We're just doing the recap.
Gotcha. Scientist slap fight reporting.
As the team traveled through Magmill, on Trey, you noticed that everybody that you encountered was healthy, straight of limb, no coughs. Even though they had a kind of a peasant existence, toiling the land, stuff like that, everybody was in very good health. Led into the castle, more guards. The castle itself, the weaponry on the castle, the ballistas and the like were with that same sort of magnetic technology. So it looks like they were keeping the pretense of being at a lower tech level, but were actually very high tech. Met with the local leader, Jovan and Darshell, who were the head researchers for Arwen. They are also members of that offshoot of the Ashen Confederation. The ones that are trying to purge planets quickly as opposed to the kind of slow death that the Ashen are known for. Pleasantries were exchanged, for lack of a better term.
They were
pleasant to
completely
start with.
open with us.
They were relatively open with you.
Okay, how about this? They had no fear of us whatsoever.
None. Gave you guys a tour, and kind of underneath what looked like an old medieval castle was actually a very, very high-tech laboratory.
Chris, it's important to note before that they let it slip that their master was on their way, right?
Yes. During the dinner, they did let it slip that R1 was on his way to meet with them.
We let them monologue at us.
Yes, you did. In the laboratory, there were some scientists working on some things, and a sort of high-tech Ashen combat drone that they activated, which led to a little bit of a little bit of a kerfuffle. Shots were fired, mostly ineffectively. There was a little bit of a wrestling match between Captain Tanner and Jovan.
Scientist slap fight.
Scientist slap fight. Neither one of them was particularly skilled at it.
Hey! I got him out of the room successfully.
You did.
There was a winner, and
Yeah.
it was us.
But eventually, the fight was ended when Doyle managed to zat first Darshell and then Jovan, and the team made its extraction. The other thing you guys noticed as well that you made note of was that for all of the high-tech weaponry on display, the castle was very minimally protected and staffed. Like, you're pretty sure there weren't more than a dozen guards. And even like the normal staff, the guards had to fill staff positions. Like when you guys had lunch, the guards were the ones who brought the food out. Indicating that this is probably a very, kind of like running on a shoestring type of operation. Not a lot of extravagances.
Chris, I don't know if we managed to talk about it because unfortunately last session I kind of was in and out. Did they explain what their breakthrough was?
They did not. But now that they have been rendered unconscious and returned to Phoenix Site, they are available for questioning. In the meantime,
I like that term, available for questioning. Like they have an option.
that's right. Ares has been basically working with Owain, with the first prime of Morgan, to try to make arrangements for the mass exodus of Jaffa that he has ready to go. So I'm passing messages back and forth, and his plan, such as it is, because he realizes that he has a large number of people.
Yeah, an army.
Just a bit.
Yeah, he has about 5,000 Jaffa that are willing to come over.
Holy.
So he can arrange to have, because most of those Jaffa are on Magtireth. They're like Jaffa in training or trainers at.
There's a lot of children.
Not children per se, but younger Jaffa who have not yet been fully indoctrinated into the system lords.
And what's interesting is that that's 5,000 fighting potentially Jaffa. It's not like, I'm not going to say it's not women and children because they are young, but that's like a fighting force. What is an average fighting force for Jaffa? Is it several tens of thousands, or is 5,000 suddenly impressive in terms of just a fighting force if they were to stand alone?
Well, he let you know that of the Jaffa currently training on Magtireth, of Morgan's Jaffa that are currently training, he has roughly a quarter of them loyal to him. Which means she's probably got close to 20,000 troops, over the planet, not like in the facility you guys are at, but she's got roughly 20,000 troops there training.
And she's considered one of the bigger ones too, right?
She's a system lord. She's not just a Gual. She is an actual system lord. So his plan is that he can basically be ready at Magtireth. When you guys are ready, come to him, small force, attack the spaceport, ring up to the Hatak, disable other ships, and then use the Hatak to get the Jaffa out because there are too many of them to go through the gate.
Yeah.
Yep.
So basically, when you guys are ready, pass the message to him. He will arrange to be at Magtireth for, training, inspection, whatever his duties would normally be, not to arise suspicion. And then he's going to take some of his men with you guys, hit the starport, take out a Hatak, and start getting his people, out. It's not a great plan, but given the numbers that he has to work with, it's what he considers to be the most viable plan.
About what we were thinking too, so it matches our planning.
But there you go. As long as everybody's on the same board, same page, that's all that matters.
Same bad page.
So, other than that, you guys have arrived back at Phoenix site. You do have Darshell and Javan with you for interrogation once they wake up. If you have any questions for them, Morais is still in his cell. What would you guys like to do?
And just to confirm, we have about 24 hours before Arwen shows up, right?
Give or take. They said he was coming tomorrow, but you don't know what the day is like on Magmel. Given the fact that it was relatively Earth-like, you're presuming like a 24-hour cycle. So,
which means we've got about 15 hours because anything we're going to do is we're going to need to get there ahead of them, get things in place, etc., etc.
Correct.
We also don't know what time of day he's arriving.
And we need to make up a plan now.
Yes.
So let's do the interrogation first. Let's figure out what they know, what kind of amenities this person is expecting. And then when he gets to his room, we blow it up. I mean, that's the right plan, right?
I mean, if he's expecting to meet them on entrance, it might be better just to, ambush when he arrives straight up.
I remember SG-1 a report that they tried to ambush a system lord, and it went poorly because of some force field or something.
They tend to have protections, yes.
There with
Hence,
stapling that.
hence why. Well,
Yeah. What?
I mean that's an engineering problem, isn't it?
Yes, but I'm wondering if prior experience might talk.
That's what I'm. Can I make a? I'm gonna say culture to know.
Yeah, sure. Why don't we start things off with a culture roll?
Cool.
Culture of blowing people up.
Would I have advantage on this because I know things?
Yes.
Okay. I'm gonna roll with advantage.
Bacterial culture.
Which is hilarious because we had this discussion last game, if I remember correctly, where Doyle is like, "I get advantage on stuff I've never seen before, but not stuff that I know."
But not stuff that I know. I rolled, right? Did it show up?
Yes, it
Come
did.
on.
Yep. All right. So yeah. Some Goa'uld do have protective force field devices. It emanates from the ribbon device, but it's not common. Not every Goa'uld has it.
Right.
The system lords certainly do. But the lesser Goa'uld probably not.
Spin off of that, how vulnerable are those devices to EMPs?
Nobody's ever tested one.
You have to test.
I mean, we have a ribbon device, right? What's her face came with one.
No, she's got the Zartak ring.
Right, the Zartek ring.
Not the same.
No, the ring is a very, very deadly but short range energy weapon.
That was a thought.
Okay, so how do we so with your culture test, what did you know? What did you learn?
So
That not every Goa'uld carries one. We'd have to probably find out through interrogation whether they've seen if Arwen has something. Although I would bet, because he's a tinkerer, he has some sort of contingency. Unless he really is full of enough hubris to think that that no one would attack him. But I don't think that's Arwen's kind of MO. But he probably has something.
Based on the level of power he has and what you're telling us about that, he's likely to probably have a shield, particularly if he's already done what he's done with the sarcophagus. Or,
yeah,
this guy's probably shielded some way.
The other thing is that these people are, they're part of that. I was going to call it the syndicate, but they're the
Ashton Confederacy.
Confederacy. That's what. They're part of the Confederacy, so they probably don't think Arwen is a god, right?
You'd hope. But is that shield going to make him invincible? Or, I mean, how long
Well,
can
we
it
don't know.
run
We
until
don't know.
goes
We
out of
don't know
power?
if he has one. This is wind up my idea of like luring him into a room and then just doiling him would be a viable option.
So Ares, you would know that the shield confers some level of immunity, but it can be overwhelmed with enough force. But it basically constantly replenishes itself.
Makes sense.
right. So we look for a power source that he's carrying with him.
Well, it's
Take that
normally
out.
inside the armband thingy, isn't it?
Well, it would be powered by the Nakuda in its blood.
Oh yeah.
And I
That's
guess they never run out.
Well, I'm sure there's I think your EMP might actually be an interesting tactic. We haven't. I mean, I don't remember the mission reports from SG1 ever talking about it. So, if we lured him into a room, EMP, and then take him out, assuming that was the plan. The plan is to kill him, right?
I mean, is there any Gould that we don't want to slay, but specifically this one because he's making zombie monsters?
Oh, I mean, I'm all for it. I'm all for killing him, just on the table. Absolutely.
I believe, but I mean, I don't know. I don't remember what the standard protocol is. I believe we're generally told to try to retrieve, but deadly force if necessary. I think command generally doesn't try to condone straight up assassination, but I definitely before between in Circle of Trust, this guy.
He's no good.
I
He is
believe I
bad
recall
guy.
from earlier believe I recall from earlier discussions that there would basically be the need to imprison him, and how long until he starts being used because of what he knows.
Yeah, I mean he's got enough off the rocker that even the other system lords are like, yeah, that guy's a little too much.
Yeah.
So we need to get rid of him.
The other question, and I don't know if anyone can answer this, or even if our Jaffa friend can answer this, is my assumption is that as soon as we deal with Arwen, there is going to be a problem, or the timing to be able to get the Jaffa out is suddenly going to start closing. That window is going to start closing because we made uneasy alliances for that, or to open that window. Excuse me. Is that correct, Chris?
Maybe. I mean, you tentatively made an alliance with Bave that she would help you with R1 if you would help her to dethrone her sister. The deal with Owain is separate from that, and as far as you know, Bave is not aware that you plan to abscond with a bunch of her sister's Jaffa.
Well, that's true, but what I'm saying is once we kill Arwen, it's obvious to Bave that we're not going to be allying with him to get rid of Arwen because it's going to be gone, right? So
Right.
that bargaining chip disappears, so our ability to show up and to do stuff becomes severely limited. Like, I'm not saying it's game over, but I'm saying that window of opportunity starts to close.
Yeah, she will have no reason to deal with you.
So there is a certain amount of timing that we need to keep in mind. Okay, so who wants first crack at our guests? I use the term guests as lightly as I can.
I don't care. I need to work on that EMP option.
Eris, it's been a little while. Do you want to get your, I was going to say
Yeah, I
hands
guess
dirty, but you don't really do that.
no. I'm not really a hands dirty kind of person. But what are we trying to find out from these people when he?
When Arwen is showing up, what kind of retinue he normally shows up with? What was the breakthrough that is going to bring Arwen here?
Hold on, I'm making notes here. So when is Arwen showing up? What was the breakthrough? What does he come? Who does he come? Does he come? How large is his retinue?
Or the entire logistics of his arrival, right?
The people we have imprisoned, are they Jaffa or are they just regular people?
They're scientists from the Ashen Confederacy offshoot.
Oh, great.
And as resources, you also have Morais, who they hate. If you want him to help you or to show him off as, like, I don't know if you want to use him in any way, shape, or form. There's a huge amount of disgust between those two groups,
Yes.
even though they're technically on the same side.
I mean, I could always say that Morais was more forthcoming than they are.
But that's like the opposite because they want to be as least forthcoming as they are. I don't know how you want to play that card. Just we have Morais. He's been considering that he's been mistreated. He's actually been kind of useful.
Interesting.
What other resources do you have at your disposal? Anybody else know what else he can use to help interrogate? I think that's
I got
about
lots
it.
of Yeah, I think that's about it. Do I have cool things about that, don't I? All right, I'm difficult to deceive. They can't lie.
Chris, I think there's
Okay.
rules about interrogation or something.
There are, yeah.
All right.
Could you refresh us to say what we can do to help them?
Yeah. So interrogation takes place. It takes place over hours.
Yep.
So the first thing you do is you determine like what's on the tactic, like whether you're going to be questioning or whether you're going to try to trick them or whether you're going to try to play to their ego. Make a roll. If you succeed, then you choose a question to which you desire a truthful answer. And they will provide it. After a certain number of hours, they will either break and spill their guts, or they will completely clam up, and you won't be able to get anything else out of them.
Copy that.
And the more hours you spend on a particular track, the easier it becomes. So
Right.
spend more time, it gets easier, but you may only get one question before they climb up.
Okay.
Question. Since we also have the engineering thing going on, is that something that would benefit from assistance since there is a group of us? And we also only have so much time for interrogation anyway.
Yeah, if you want to give Dorlan assistance as he tries to see, I mean, you don't have a shield generator or a ribbon device, but you do have, like the Matok staffs are,
Right.
they would be empowered by Nakuda or the Zartak ring or the Zats.
Right.
You do have some Gould or Jaffa technology that you can experiment on how an EMP interacts with them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I have abilities with grenades, which EMPs often are in that format, but I do have the thing where I get if am I trained any charisma, int, or wisdom skill that I'm not trained in, I get half proficiency bonus. So
That's true. You do.
Yep.
so I'm at a +5 for engineering.
Excellent.
Plus, I have investigation, perception, and science. I have science.
Eris, I forgot another resource. They were clicking pretty nicely with our doctor because they were talking genes.
Oh, right. They were clicking with me too because I was talking engineering at them. Wherever
Right,
you
but
guys
if you're
think
going to
I'm most
engineer, yeah, if you're going to, because the doctor can't, I don't think the doctor can participate in the engineering side, but he can participate on this, and then you can participate on the engineering side. So we kind of split it.
Yeah, just trying to trying to keep our bases covered and productivity. Plus, Tegan is bad at RPing, questioning someone.
All right. So we'll do interrogation first. So Jofan
Sure.
and Darshell. There are
First,
two of
the
them.
torture.
First, the torture. So you can interrogate them separately, if you wish.
Yeah, I'm not going to interrogate them in the same room together. That's a terrible idea.
Yeah. And from what you guys determined during your lunch and the tour and everything, Darshell is definitely the higher up, the one who seems to be more in command of things. She is the one who did most of the speaking during lunch. She is the one who gave the tour, so on and so forth.
Is our local command having anything to say about what we do or do not? Like, are they being like, don't do anything, do anything? Like, are they weighing in all of this as well? Because we are in a hierarchy.
No, they,
Plausible deniability.
well, it's more a matter. I mean, you guys are high-ranking officers. You have prisoners to interrogate. Don't torture them.
Speaking of which, what's Antreu's position on interrogation?
Atreyu would be fine with questioning people. He just
Is he here?
Not.
no.
I mean,
He B ended up he totally spaced on game and then ended up doing errands and is now in the process of cooking supper. So
Okay.
I'm not sure. I say as I'm cooking dinner while I'm on playing.
Yeah.
I also don't have a family, so.
So, Darshell definitely seems to be of the two. She is the one who probably has more information, but is also probably harder to crack.
Well, we'll start with the harder one to crack. That way, when it gets easier, it'll be easier.
You know, if we'd been smart, we would have grabbed like also a lab tech just to see what like random bullshit information they knew.
Yeah.
I think we're ahead enough with a giant robot chasing us.
Oh yeah, definitely. But it
Yes.
occurs to me now that we could have totally. It
Wait,
would have actually been really useful.
was the giant robot part of the recap?
The giant
Yes.
robot was not part of
Yes.
the recap.
Yes, it
What
was.
giant robot?
It wasn't described as a giant robot, but the sentry bot or whatever that was activated that we had to deal with was a giant. Was a
Yeah, it was
medium-sized robot. It wasn't a giant.
Okay, he wasn't
Okay.
Iron Giant sized, but it felt like it was Iron Giant sized.
Right.
It couldn't fit through the door, but it was, large humanoid. It was like, Andre, a little bit bigger. It was like if Andre the Giant had powered armor.
Yeah, if Andre the Giant played Iron Man, that's what you had.
I see. All right then.
All right. So with the Darshell, I guess the first question is how many hours would you like to spend interrogating her?
And remember, we only have 15 max because of the whole
And we're going to have some downtime because we are humans and do need to actually rest.
Hey, don't
Well, we
forget,
can rest. He doesn't need to. He's got
I don't need
snake
to.
head. He can
don't
keep
forget,
protecting it.
you can spend determination points to lower difficulty.
Yes, you can.
Oh, I will. 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 4 questions. So I'm going to say 8 hours
Okay.
or up to 8 hours, depending on how much I can get out of them.
Perfect. So yeah, so essentially each role represents you trying to find the answer to one question. So if you do this, you're spending 8 hours trying to get the answer to one of those questions.
Oh. I was thinking like 2 hours per question.
Okay. Perfect.
That was kind of my thought process. Depending on how depending on how fast I get through to them, right?
Yep, for sure. All right.
Do we know the questions beforehand?
My questions are: when is Arwen showing up? How large is his retinue? Define all logistics involving his arrival and the preparations you make to ensure that he's able to stay at the castle safely. And then what was the technological breakthrough that you didn't talk about?
Yeah, because if telepathy is a minor footnote, I'm really curious what was a major one.
Right. So those 4 questions sound good?
Yep. I don't think we need anything else.
I think, well, yeah, I've been around, so that's where I'm starting with.
Alrighty. So are you trying questioning, which uses perception or investigation, or deceit, which uses deception or insight, or ego manipulation, which uses intimidation or persuasion?
My investigation is +7, so I would like to use the investigation route.
Perfect. All right.
That's deception?
Hmm?
Which one is the investigation route? Just for my
Investigation or perception.
for deception, right?
Deception is for deceit, like trying to trick them into giving up information.
Yes. No, my question was investigation falls under which one of those mechanisms?
Questioning.
Questioning. Okay, sorry. Carry on.
Yep.
All right. Then that's, yeah. So I'm going to start with, because she hasn't met me, right?
She is not.
Excellent. Yeah, so investigation, no advantage, right? We'll start there. How did I do? Oh, terrible.
So yeah, so the first couple of hours with her, yeah, she spends the majority of the time just sneering at you. You do get the very the strong sense that I mean a lot of the Goa'uld, claim to be gods, so on and so forth. And she has this air of done with your shit about that whole thing. So
Okay.
she does not seem to respond
She's
at all
not
to your questions.
impressed.
She's not impressed at all.
Hmm. All right. I'm gonna press with persuasion, I guess. If that doesn't, maybe Brad's physique might help.
Okay.
Does it get lonely in the castle?
Wait, what are you persuading her of with the line like, doesn't it get lonely in the castle?
Oh, I'm also terrible roll. What is going on here? Are these failures out of curiosity? Because that'll matter for Eureka points.
They are for Eureka point
Ho,
purposes.
ho. Excellent. I'll just take my 2 Eureka on this one.
Yeah.
All right. Now that I've wasted another 2 hours attempting to do something.
Yep. Yeah, you do have the feeling. She definitely has an ego, and if you can find the right way to play to it, she might be more responsive. But it's trying to find the exact avenues to take. She doesn't fall for any obvious plays to her ego. You have the feeling that maybe you're going to need to be more subtle, and it's entirely possible. Like the major said, there's this, strong animosity between these two and Morais. And you might be able to play on that by, maybe saying that Morais was more important or something along those lines. You might be able to.
Yeah, I'm gonna use deception, I think, next, and be like, so, Morais, he's a tough cookie to crack. And we've been going at this a little while now, but he's gonna take he's a hard. I'm going to try and play up that he's better than she is.
Okay. Yep. I will give you advantage.
Also, remember, academia is full of backstabbing.
Academia is so full of backstabbing. So I'm going to take your advantage. I'm going to also declare that I could at any point use the tension die roll to add to this. I'm assuming the tension die is still the what?
It's currently a D6.
Oh,
Cool.
It went down after the giant robot?
Yep.
I have the option to, after the roll, if I want to, add the tension die by spending
Perfect.
Eureka point.
Right. There you go. So yeah,
I don't think I'm gonna have to spend the Eureka point.
yeah, that definitely gets under her skin. And when you bring up Morris, there's like this look of just disdain on her face. He's not a real scientist. Should have just left him on that backwater planet where you found him.
Go on. He's what?
He's little more than a child.
Hmm.
Do we get to press for his questions considering he got the success?
Yep. And yes, so
Okay.
Which of the questions would you like an answer to?
I'm going to start with what was a technological breakthrough. Scientist to scientist.
Well, Morris was still.
Morais isn't a scientist, so I'm going to roll on that I am a scientist, because I am.
Impress me!
Astound me with your knowledge.
Well, Morris was busy with his playthings, trying to unlock the potential of the human mind. We managed to unlock the genetic sequence that R1 needs to make his virus more
Potent? Virulent?
more easily able to infect people regardless of their genetic makeup.
Interesting.
Oh,
Tell me more.
It would no longer need to be tailored to the specific genome sequence of the inhabitants of any particular world. It would be more universal.
Ah, universal plague. That's definitely a good thing to have in the back pocket. You guys are developing that at the castle, right?
Yes.
Is that why Arwen's coming?
He wanted to keep progress on our work to see when it would be ready for deployment.
And do you have a timeline for that?
We were probably weeks away before, and she kind of glances around at the interrogation room, the cell that she's in.
The response is before the Tari showed up.
Yes.
damn Tari, always murking up our plans for world devastation.
So how many people does Arwen usually travel with?
That will be another roll.
Yeah, I got my hopefully someone I don't glance to the room where I know that someone's watching, but the universal plague thing is not good. I'm gonna go back to investigation because now I'm gonna try and I want to know more about the about Arwen and his the logistics for his arrival, how large his retinue, and all that stuff. I will again declare that I can roll the silly die afterwards.
Okay.
And I'm gonna investigate. Normal roll, right?
Yep. Oh,
Yeah,
another
I'm all
solid
right.
roll. You're getting in the groove now.
Yeah, it's been a while. I haven't tortured somebody in a while. I need to warm up a little bit. All right.
When Arwen travels, he travels with a small retinue. The rest of his soldiers remain on the Hatak.
So he's coming with a hot talk.
Hey. Yes, I caught that too. So like 5, 10 soldiers with him. Does his first prime travel with him?
On occasion. Lately, he's been traveling with Jaffa and a couple of his Cauldron-born warriors.
Ah, yes. I've heard about them.
How much time do we have, Chris?
This now has been
6 hours, probably.
about 6 or 7 hours.
Okay. So I guess the next question I need to know is when specifically is he due to show up with his, to inspect the troops, so to speak.
Gotcha. Okay.
Still investigation. Still can use the silly die. I'm gonna definitely use the silly die on that.
Yeah, it might make a difference.
Yeah. So it's 1d6. Hold on, I was making sure I don't have a thing that lets me fail. All right, let's try to roll this 1d6. Did it roll? No.
Nope.
There we go.
There it is. Right. The best that she gives you is he was meant to come tomorrow. And she kind of looks around, and I mean, she's been unconscious for a bit, so she has no idea like what time it is or anything. So
okay, I'm gonna exit the room for a second.
okay.
And then who's there with me? Is it the major and everyone's there?
Sam and Darla are off doing EMP experiments that we will get to in 1 second.
So my thought process would be, why didn't we just can we just destroy the castle? Or was that
That doesn't help us stop Arwen. He's still got Cauldronborn and all that stuff, right?
No, I'm saying that if we need to prevent Arwen from getting access to the research that they just figured out, which is universal plague, we might want to consider either removing the information from the castle to start with, or at worst blowing it up, because no one should have access to that kind of information. Not the Tari, certainly not the Confederacy, and I would hope never any of, the gold.
I will be back in
Okay.
just 1 second.
Right? We're not
No, you're
far
not.
off.
You're not far off. My only thing is destroying the research is one thing. Destroying Arwen means the research doesn't matter anyway.
I respectfully would disagree with you about that, because unless you destroy both the research and Arwen, there's a chance that some other power out there could get that research and use it. If you destroy it, if you just destroy Arwen, that research could still get out. Yeah, if Arwen's expected tomorrow, then we need to have an ambush and get back there. Ambush planned, stuff to do, like we should go now. At worst, actually, even better, if we were able to get the research from that castle and destroy it there, then we have it as a chip to lure Arwen out.
It's not that we don't have it, but, and again, I'm not disagreeing with the fact that the research is important. I'm saying that in terms of mission priority, isn't Arwen number one?
Arwen, I see, now that would be the respectfully, I would run that question up the flagpole, because that is not. They're two very large threats, and I'm not sure how the Tauri military would feel about a universal plague being in the hands of the Confederacy, because if we chase after Arwen, then the Confederacy will still use
Well, they're
that.
not in the hands of the Confederacy. They would be in the hands of that.
Are they not
small
allied?
planet.
I get that.
Well,
Read
the
that wrong?
Confederacy hasn't allied with the Goa'uld. This is a splinter faction. And
Okay,
as you can tell, like, it's Arwen who seems to be recruiting these people. They don't seem
sure.
centralized.
I'm just saying that by going after Arwen, we have the opportunity here now to nip this slightly. So if we could accomplish one of that, we can lead us to the other. But if we accomplish the other, it wouldn't lead us to the other. You know what I mean?
I just don't want to have two priorities going into a mission, right?
No, I
We don't
understand
even we don't hold the castle, right? The castle is still guarded by those knights. The castle still has those
that. Oh,
scientists that are there. It is not a resource that we have. We
okay.
have two scientists, the two head scientists. Arwen is still going there. I don't know if there's any kind of communication they can give. I don't know if Arwen knows that we're coming. We're trying to figure out how they show up so we can intercept him before he gets into that castle. And then once we take care of Arwen, then dealing with the castle becomes easier. There's not a hot talk with a gold in it, right? Floating above.
I mean, if we kill Arwen, the hot talk is still there.
Right, but then there's no gold in it. The hot talk is still there. I don't know what they're going to do with it, but normally when their gold goes, things tend to fall apart quickly thereafter.
So you're saying free head talk for us?
I'm not necessarily saying that. I'm saying the situation changes.
Then yes, Arwen's the higher priority. I must have misconstrued. I thought we had the castle. We don't have the castle. We don't have the time to take it. Okay.
Right, Chris? I'm not wrong, right? Just taking these people does not, like, that's still hostile territory.
Yes, it is. The guards are still there. The high tech weaponry is still there.
Is that my? I guess. Do I have time for a fourth question? Because I'm going to change it.
Yeah.
Instead of asking about the logistics of the arrival, I want to know about the castle's defenses and how they may be breached, hacked, or etc.
All right.
Uh,
I was going to say we'll switch over to Doyle and Sam here as they
let's go to them.
play around with some EMP research.
So at this time, have the portable Naquadah generators been invented yet?
Yes.
So we could take one and rig it with a magnetic field projector and have a decent amount of power to use it.
Yes, you could.
So that's a good sign. Okay. So I guess we'll try to request one and start playing on all the Jaffa and Gold technology we have.
Just don't break it. These things are exceptionally rare.
We'll try.
We would like it back in the same condition we signed it out to you in.
Understood, but this might be a big fight and things happen, but we'll make all possible efforts to preserve it.
Okay.
That doesn't sound great.
No, it sounds honest.
Maybe it'll come back in the same condition. Yeah. It's for science.
Duct tape.
Sometimes you break some eggs, you know?
As long as you say it's for science, it's all good.
Hey, I mean, a Naquadah generator nuclear meltdown could be interesting.
All right. Why don't you give me a engineering roll, and Sam can give me a science roll, or engineering. Either of you can roll science or engineering, your choice.
I get one more in science, so I might as well. I'm going the science side. I'm doing the theory. He's doing the application.
There you go.
I'm just looking if there's a class ability or something that could apply.
I mean, we're proficient in grenades.
Yeah, that's not Xenotech, so nope.
No, it's not actually.
A Naquadah reactor is not Xenotech?
It's not.
Well, considering it was developed by the SGC. Could have been worse.
Oh, all right. So yeah, you guys put your heads together for several hours. I mean, part of it is you're not entirely sure what. You're not entirely sure how the force field works, and you don't want to accidentally fry any of your own equipment that you might be carrying. So you're it's got to be kind of more of a focused beam than a field, and a lot of experimenting back and forth. You can get an EMP pulse powered by the Naquadah generator that does shut down the higher end Goa'uld technology briefly. The problem is that they are powered by a constant source, so you can interrupt it, kind of like, if you put a dam in front of a river, the river is stopped, but as soon as you pull that dam away, the river starts flowing again.
Well, I mean, if it buys us 1 or 2 rounds, maybe that's all we need.
So you're confident, absolutely confident that this will buy you 6 seconds guaranteed. Anything beyond that is gravy.
So 6 seconds is one round, right?
Correct.
Okay. Well, it's a start. We just need to time it well.
Bombs seconds. So yeah, let's call that
I'm
a win.
sorry, what?
Bombs go off in less than 6 seconds. So let's call that a win.
Exactly.
So yes, absolutely positively guaranteed 6 seconds of shutting down Ghoul technology. After that, it's a crapshoot.
Yeah, but then what we need to work on is be able to generate multiple pulses, not just one.
Yeah, you can try to see if you can set it up like
Like have it recharge and send another pulse.
Yep. You guys can roll engineering and or science again.
Not as good.
Basically,
I did slightly
what
better.
we want is a firing line of EMPs, like when one is shooting, the other one's recharging, and then that one shoots, and the first one's recharging, and so on and so forth.
Yeah. The only problem is the only way that they can get it like strong enough is to use the Naquita generator, which are very, very short supply.
They're not going to give 20.
They're not going to give you 2. So you're pretty sure that if you give it enough time to cool down between pulses, you can probably do this. Overheating is a hazard after the first pulse, and you're not entirely sure how long of a cooldown period you need.
So maybe we'll get a second pulse, but that's it.
Yes, basically with you're pretty sure that, after more than a couple of pulses, it's going to get really dicey to be anywhere in the vicinity.
Well, luckily nobody among us has a pacemaker, right?
That sort of thing gets you 4F pretty quick.
Okay, well, we got a plan. It's not the best, but it's workable.
All right. And yeah, it does require the Naquita generator, so you've basically had to bring that with you.
So, I mean, the plan if we're straight up looking at killing that thing, we need to install a whole bunch of explosives right beside the gate. Shoot the EMP once the shields
We
are
don't know.
up.
We don't know if they're using a gate, right? She shows up in a hatak. So my question would be then to Ares, who's still in integration, is where do they land? Where do we need to set up our kill box?
Well, back to Ares, who is continuing his questioning. Did we lose Fox?
I was muted. I was muted. Sorry,
It-
that makes sense.
It's not an online game if somebody isn't talking away while muted.
Yeah. So the question I'm going to ask. Yeah, that's me. So the precision roll was to find out where the talk rings are going to drop, where Arwen would typically land to visit this place.
He likes to make a little bit of a show, but he usually drops his rings inside the courtyard. That way he can appear in the courtyard and then grand entrance into the keep itself.
Well, fuck.
See, when I said we needed to take the castle, I wasn't wrong. Just not entirely right either. So we need to take the castle.
And at that time, the warning klaxons start to go off, indicating incoming gate traffic. and a bunch of people start running, including gate security and the like.
Ah, fuck.
Fuck. as a Tory would say.
So I guess
And
we'll
you'll
go
just be gate room.
Right.
I leave the prisoner in the good hands of the cell and the jailer, and I'm heading for the gate room because something is not right. This
yeah,
is
while
not
grabbing a
expected.
gun and going.
Yeah, I grab the Matok staff.
Okay.
Keep going. I need 30 seconds. I'll be right back.
Okay. So as you guys arrive in the gate room, you can see like the guards are all kind of like in position, you know, kind of stumbling out of the gate. Fairly badly wounded is a one of the Tok'ra operatives that works with Phoenix Command.
Whoa! I will rush to defend my brethren.
What? We're being
Help them.
invaded?
No, stand down.
And kind of like, you know, just as they kind of like, you know, shut the iris down behind him, there is, you know, some random Matok staff fire. He kind of collapses on his knees, kind of rolls over on his back. Obviously, like not severely wounded, but winded, and he's not
So,
unconscious, but
We're kind of closing the iris ASAP.
yes.
Oh yeah, I got close. I'm right there. What do you need?
Jaffa attack. We were working with Phoenix 8. It's planet used to be Ancients. Archaeological dig, relic recovery. Jaffa ringed in from nowhere.
What symbol was on the Jaffa's head?
They had dog-shaped helmets.
Great. Wait, dog shaped. Did Phoenix 8 make it back out of curiosity, or are they accounted for, or they're not here?
They're not here. We got pinned down by fire. They told me to run for it. I'm not a fighter.
No, you're not. Is it who's the ranking officer in the room?
Right now it would be the major until the general gets there.
Okay, so I'm going to. Has the ring closed?
Yes.
Yes.
I'm going to be like, open that ring, get radio communication, and prep an extraction team.
Cool. That was what I was going to ask you to do.
But keep the iris closed for now until we get in GDO.
So yeah, so everybody starts going through the procedures.
Let's get my my Tok'ra friend here to sick bay.
And you can see like
did the Jaffa give any indication of why they attacked, or did they just beam down and open fire?
They said something about Gabbard. No, the Phoenix 8 was there. We'd heard through contacts that there was the ancient healing technology. So we were assisting them in scouting and securing if such a thing existed. But yeah, any healing technology, I would think the sarcophagus would, you know, trump anything that they might have there.
rest easy. We
Chris, what's going on in the gate room?
The general arrives, kind of, you know, assess the situation, you know, make sure everybody is doing what they've been told to do. So, you know, pulls you aside, says, "How ready is your team?"
To go where to extract this archaeological team?
Right now, you're the most experienced team that we have on site.
oh,
We
that
can be
kind of
ready in we can be ready in 10 minutes. I expect them to say make it 5.
Okay. Gather your team. We don't leave anybody behind.
Yes, sir. I explained to him also everything that's in order, that I've ordered, because I'm assuming that we're in the process of dialing the gate to get radio contact.
Yep. So when the gate wishes, radio contact is sporadic, but it indicates that Phoenix 8 is still operational. They haven't been killed or captured yet.
What kind of information are we getting on the radio while we're like strapping in? Like, what are they saying? Help, help, help. Oh my God, we're under fire. Or like,
Yeah.
are they giving any information whatsoever as to what we're encountering on these?
You know, a lot of like, we're under attack, request evac. You know, you hear somebody in the background like, why won't these fuckers go down?
Oh, fuck.
Ah.
I did say dog helmets.
Ah.
Yeah, I caught that.
Shit.
Yeah, but I didn't think they were going to be unkillable.
Fuck my
Okay.
life.
Chris, from what we saw, gunfire relatively useless because they shrug it off. What about Matok fire? Do we have any information that it would be more like it would be bigger damage that would be harder to recover from?
You don't know.
I would think that he would have made his undead Matok proof, considering he has to fight things that wield Matoks, or his zombies do.
So explosive.
Yep. Or some form of grenade launcher.
Both.
Yeah, I'm all about. Apparently, I'm proficient with hand grenades, so that's whatever we need to do.
Let's figure out what heavy weapons we can get on short notice. Chris?
Yep.
Considering this is a rescue mission, is the armory unlocked?
Yeah. What would you like?
I'm gonna ask that question to the engineer. What can you carry?
I'll get a bunch of bricks of C4.
You can't throw C4, can you? Like we're
No.
extracting them, right? We have to throw like defensive grenades and missile launchers to, I don't know, to get these people to back towards the gate. No.
Yeah, but we need to plant some mines or something in the way for when we retreat. So is there anything as a grenade launcher or something?
Yep.
RPGs.
They can give you up to 2 grenade launchers, depending on who wants to carry one.
That is not a long arm.
How do grenade launchers work with proficiency with grenades?
Yeah.
What about proficiency explosives? Is that like an explosives thing that these people have? Because I for sure don't have that.
I
got
definitely have
explosives.
it.
I don't have grenades.
Explosives are a tool, according to my proficiencies, which I find ridiculous. I mean, all of the scientists have explosives as an in class tool, which is ridiculous, like just crazy.
I think that makes perfect sense as someone who went to engineering school.
Hey,
Sure.
I've got minefield expert in addition to that.
That's helpful. If we had
I
time to set out a minefield.
No, but I can set.
Which we-
I can bury explosives, C4 claymores, whatever. It takes 2 minutes, and it affects all targets within a 2-meter radius. A character must succeed at a DC 20 perception check to spot the mine before triggering it.
Okay, I also have explosives, but I figure explosives is not the proficiency for this. I feel like there's a specific proficiency for heavy weapons. No, isn't there, Chris?
Oddly
There
enough,
might be.
I don't think it actually says anywhere because like soldiers get sidearms and long arms.
And as tools, I get camo kit and explosives. But I feel like there's like in the description for heavy weapons, I feel like I remember that. It was something ridiculous like where's the character sheet? Where's the book?
Yeah, that's what I'm looking at now. Yeah, I don't think it actually specifies anywhere what a proficiency covers.
Honestly, I'm not even sure there's such a thing as a
Page
grenade launcher in
89.
the book.
Page
There
89.
is a grenade launcher. So it would actually use the gunnery proficiency for.
I knew there was a ridiculous proficiency. Yes, gunnery.
That's for grenade launchers, rocket launchers, that sort of thing.
I don't have that.
And if
No one has that.
if you are proficient in common weapons or explosives, you are considered to be proficient with grenades.
Okay, so if you're so if with explosives you're proficient with grenades, we just don't have gunnery.
Right.
Right, and the question was, where does grenade launchers fall? Which sounds like gunner.
Yep. Chain guns, flamethrowers, rocket launchers, all of that falls under gunnery.
Well, none of us have that.
Is that a feat?
I don't even know how to get it.
You could buy it.
Oh, it's a weapon. It's a 3 mission point cost weapon proficiency.
Yep.
I mean,
Like, do we not have 3 mission points?
I haven't spent any since we hit level 5.
I'm just saying, like, you could be proficient in rocket launchers or gunnery if you'd like.
Or flamethrowers. Or RPGs.
Yeah, if anybody would like to spend their 3 mission points to pick up weapon proficiency gunnery, feel free.
You know what? I'm a soldier. I'll buy gunnery. There we go.
Good.
I don't. Is it? It's not a feat. Gunnery is not a feat.
Yeah, it's the weapon proficiency feat.
Weapon
Right,
proficiency.
so it's
So all I get-
Page 89.
yeah, that's where I was.
Perfect.
Yeah, it costs 3.
Yeah.
So I'm going to take a rocket launch or a grenade launcher,
Smart.
and then I'm going to look at the rest of you, and I'm going to be like, "Are you rated for that weapon, sir?"
Do we want a second person to have it? Because if we want more than one person, I can take it.
I mean, how often are we going to walk in with the need for 2 gunneries?
We're not.
Don't say it like that.
Okay, but if anyone's going to take it, it's going to be Doyle. We all know that, right?
Are
Doyle
you
wants
nuts?
it.
I'm a minefield expert. I'm going to take tons of claymores and C4 bricks.
Okay, well, I have it. I need to find the book rules for this. Well, I guess Chris, if you can have that handy. I was not expecting to have to wield a grenade launcher today.
Nobody
But
expects
you're
a
not
grenade
sad
launcher.
about it.
Nobody
I'm
expects
not
a
sad,
Spanish
yeah.
Inquisition.
Okay, so I'll take a grenade launcher. I'm going to say everyone load up, take an extra pair of grenades.
So how much stuff can we carry now?
So you have depends on your armor.
Okay. So
Uh,
my vest bulk capacity is 8.
Yep. So you can carry 8 bulk worth of stuff.
What's the bulk
So
rating of a grenade launcher?
Yeah, do our guns take bulk capacity or?
A long arm is 2, a sidearm is 1.
Okay, so I'm down to 5.
A grenade launcher is 2. Grenades are 1 for every 3 grenades.
Ooh.
Tell Eris, I'm going to tell Eris, don't forget to wake up your first prime friend. She's coming with us.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna go wake up my first prime friend.
So that's based
Say
on
what-
our so vest
Go
bulk
on a rescue
capacity
mission.
is what you're saying.
Yep.
So I have 8, and I just base it off of that. Plus weapons take up that, and my kit takes up that.
Yeah.
Yep. And this is like, stuff that's like, on your web harness and stuff like that. C4 is 1 bulk for every 3 uses. And
That's like grenades, right? 1 for every 3.
Yep. And a claymore mine is bulk of 1.
Yeah, the Claymore mines look quite nasty in the description of the book.
Yeah.
So like what kits is it, how much is the kit you said?
Like science kits and stuff, I think are 1.
Okay, so weapons 1, research kit is 1, and then am I carrying anything else in that besides explosives?
Long
The
arm
top-
and grenade launchers are 2.
Yeah.
I don't have a
Under
long arm.
So yeah, claymore mine is 8d6, so it's like a fireball in D&D terms.
Ooh.
All right, just in case I forgot something, I'm going to say that I think that means I have because with my sidearms and my kit, that's 2 of 8. So that would leave if I'm saving 1 in case I've messed up on it. That means I have 5 capacity to carry.
Yep.
While they're figuring out their capacity, I'll be right back.
No problem.
There's a line on the top of your character sheet where it says character background and credits. That line is your bulk.
Yep.
Oh, okay. It says 7 of 8. I don't know what's filling.
Can I recommend everybody take a tactical helmet?
I'm
It's
wearing
light,
a tactical vest.
no, but the helmet is light armor. It
Yep,
gives +1 to AC and it gives night vision, and it does not consume any bulk.
I have those in inventory. So I guess I only have 1 free because if that bar at the top is how much bulk is taken. I thought I had grenades on me already.
Oh, give me 1 sec here, because for some reason I've got you with 2 P90s.
It's like I don't know how half this works. Oh, there now I've got 3. Okay, so whatever. I have 3 bulk for carrying grenades. I don't know if I had any already. I'm failing to find if I did or not, and that's fine.
You did not. I don't think anybody's brought grenades to a fight yet.
So I'm back. Sorry, I had to feed someone some Tylenol.
No
Thought
problem.
we had talked about those,
Oh.
but I could be mixing it with the other characters that I've played that I've used grenades on because they're fun. I have yet to meet an RPG where the grenades have not been useful if there is gun combat.
Yeah.
There was we did throw a single grenade, and we were very impressed with its damage.
You had some smoke grenades at 1.2. And just so Doyle's aware, if you're taking any C4,
Yeah.
Each use of C4 does 1d10 damage to everything within a meter.
Yeah, I got the rules.
Okay, good.
By the way, guys, we can't just load up on all this equipment. GDO takes 1 bulk, so who's gonna have it?
Me.
Okay.
You sound so sad.
Personal med kit is 1. Med kit is 2. Multi-tool is 1. Like, if we're gonna start, binoculars take 1.
I know,
Camera
I've
Yep.
got
takes 1.
binoculars.
Engineering kit takes 1.
Yeah, but my kits should already be accounted for.
Yep.
I was just saying, we need to select what we're bringing here.
I am just bringing a grenade launcher.
No
Radio.
armor, no nothing. He's just going with the rocket launcher.
Sorry, but radios take 1. I don't think we're gonna bring that much equipment.
That being said, if everything in the base kit is one bulk, everyone's
Is it?
over bulk to start. I just need to put that out. There is more than 8 items in the base equipment set.
Yeah, but right now we're leaving there, and we're not expecting to stay long. It's go in, go out. If we're gonna be
Yep.
there for a few days, we need more equipment. Like a flashlight takes 1.
That's why most of the equipment comes with the comes in the larger kit, but we don't carry everything at the same time. But we just need to be able to get in and get out, right? So now it's just firearms. I don't even think we're taking food, right? It's firearms, a radio, a GDO, and perhaps the med kit in case, well, we normally have a medic, but perhaps the med kit in case we need to patch someone on the way out, and that's about it.
So right now what I have is 1 claymore, 3 bricks of C4, 3 frag grenades, 3 smoke grenades, which I'm pretty sure we're gonna need, and 1 radio.
There you go.
And as I said, get the tactical helmet. It gives you a +1 AC, and it gives you night vision and consumes nothing.
Yeah, I've got a tactical helmet on now.
Yes, I do as well.
It's not part of the regular kit, but it's. I don't think
I
we're gonna
made it a part of my kit because I thought I was going to be sneaking around at night.
So that I mean that would be my gear. Oh, by the way, if you have strength bonuses, each plus in strength gives you a more of a capacity, I think.
Yep.
So if you have +3 because of strength, you have +3 to your capacity.
So much easier than like traditional encumbrance with like, well, this weighs half a pound and that weighs a quarter of a pound.
Yes. At the same time, I'm curious how much of this we want to take up during our game time.
Yep. Well, I assume that, I mean, like I said, you guys are planning to go for an extended period. So it's like, you don't need to bring rations. You don't need to bring tent. You don't need to bring, like armor, weapons, ammo, radio, medkit. Good.
GDO.
And GDO.
Yeah. We still can get a probe, not a probe, but whatever, the robots we send with a bunch of equipment that we'll take back later if we need it.
Yeah, no, we're extracting people. We're not leaving stuff there. So we're not, those robots are expensive. We're going in, grabbing our people, getting back. That's what we want.
And we'll get delivery if we need more. That's it.
That's right. It's not delicios.
All right. So having everything ready, you guys step through the gate, fully expecting to walk into a hot zone.
What does the tension die go up to?
D8.
Okay.
Ooh, that's handy.
Yeah, but D8 I think is still not lethal, right?
D8 is not lethal by default. So as you guys step through the gate, you step out into what looks like an industrialized area, like a ruined industrial area. The sky overhead is tinted red, and there are a bunch of Jaffa, like maybe 20 meters away from you. I mean, they're not surprised per se because they're expecting something to come through, but they're not already firing as you step through.
Let's take defensible positions then around the gate.
Okay. Give me half a sec here.
Absolutely.
Where's the gate?
Anybody who is wounded may want to reset their hit points. I'll assume that you've had time to do so.
Question for you, Chris.
Yes.
Would I have had? Oh no, we just started wearing the equipment. Okay, I can't use the. During a long rest, you may choose one character and gives a +1 armor. We didn't have time.
You haven't had time.
Okay.
But we will kick this off with some initiative. Remember, anybody who wishes to can choose to use the Major's initiative roll rather than rolling your own.
And I have advantage on initiative.
Okay, let's go with the majors.
You know, he has advantage, but Jaime's rolls have not been great overall.
I'll go
There's
with the major
one.
roll.
I'm fine with going with Jaime's.
Woohoo! So it's 19. It doesn't give me an option to roll with initiative, so I rolled one normal and then one d20 plus 2.
Okay.
I don't know
Just
what
do-
that does for your initiative tracker.
Yeah, I just need to adjust initiatives. I think because of your phenomenal roll, it means everybody is going before my poor Jaffa, except for Amari, who rolled shit.
Oh well.
I'm okay with that.
All right, so you guys are all up, apparently in whatever order you would like, since it doesn't really matter.
Okay, so I'm going to start. Do we see where our people are?
No, you do not.
Based. Go ahead, Chris.
I was going to say, you do know that the Toka who came through Yatal, he was winded like he had run, so they're probably not right here. They may be some distance away.
Do the Tok'ra have more lung capacity due to the symbiote, or?
They do tend to be a little bit more robust, but he was also wounded, so.
Okay, fair enough.
Okay, so they're not shooting at us, but they are. It looks like they're about to.
They're not shooting at you yet because their initiative hasn't come.
Okay, that's very clear, Chris. Thank you. So, grenade launcher. Who's
All right.
my marker there? Seems like they're grouped up.
Yep.
It's gonna be the same roll as for my P90, I assume.
Yeah, it would be dexterity plus proficiency mod.
I would hate to fumble on a grenade launcher roll. Okay, so that's a 20.
That is a hit. Basically, you need to hit a 15 to hit a space so it doesn't scatter or whatever. And then it does 66 damage, and they get to save for half.
What's the spread on that? I'm assuming that's not. It's that square and all adjacent squares.
It is a 3-meter radius.
So that's a freaking 7 square.
1 second. It is. Basically that.
Holy Jesus! I should have aimed elsewhere.
All right. Ooh,
Yeah.
20 damage. Oh.
Explosive, if the kind of damage matters. Woohoo! I was hoping that was going to be a 4.
Oh, somebody bought.
Jesus Christ, twice.
They're dead, Jim.
Well, not if they're auto healing.
You don't auto heal. Oh. I mean, if they're unconscious, it means they aren't undead. That's a good sign.
All right. So you guys pop through the grenade. You see these Jaffa. Major's like, "Oh, I got this new toy," and fires off a grenade, and it goes kaboom. Bodies get tossed. You know how it goes.
He's in love with his new toy.
It's a big.
I give that.
toy.
I look down at the toy and I look over the camera like, oh.
All right. That would leave us with Sam, Doyle, and Aries.
I'm also going to move there. So I think that giant copper schlong is cover, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, it's like the ruins of some sort of pipe. It looks like
Oh, it's a pipe. It's bending downwards. Okay.
yeah.
It's okay. We're all gamers. We all went there.
I mean, come on.
All right. Who would like
Next.
to go next?
I mean, I'm not sure we want to start throwing all the grenades. We're going to need them.
But there's
Is
two
the
guys
guy-
on the left.
Is the guy in the middle still standing up?
He got like blown back, and he's like struggling to his feet.
Can I?
I thought he was unconscious.
No, I hit
Nope.
the wrong button.
Ah, okay.
Isn't there a combat action where I can intimidate somebody? I feel like that might be a good idea.
Yeah, you can basically try to. If you succeed, you will give him disadvantage on his attack.
Does that still applicable since they're zombies and we know they're zombies and they have no brains? Like we know that they have no.
These
Cortex.
guys aren't.
These are not. They're unconscious. That tells me they're not zombies. Oh, my intimidation is terrible. Maybe I won't do that. I guess I'll just shoot him.
Yeah, you could try deceit as well. You could be like, "Hey, there's more coming from behind you," sort of thing.
Oh, wait. Yeah, deceit. I have that. I have that in spades.
Can you try? Your friend is trying to kill you. You should kill him first.
Yeah. I reserve the right to use my extra die of tension die.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna use that one. Yeah, because it's D8, right?
It is a D8.
I will, how you say, I use a D8. Boom.
Woof.
Bam! It's a 7, not an 8, because I pushed the button wrong.
That's okay. So the explosion goes off. You know, two Jaffa get flung. You know, there's like a little bit of a Wilhelm scream, and you're like, "Hey, there's more coming from behind." And then the other guy kind of turns around to look, so he will have disadvantage on attacks. There we go. That will leave us with Sam and Doyle.
Okay. Doyle will go down there and try to use that concrete wall as cover.
Okay.
And I guess he's going to shoot on the full health guy here
Okay.
using
Just-
his P90.
FYI, because I'm level 5 and I forgot this, everyone benefits from 2 of my feats. So
Okay.
the one which rolling initiative, which everyone's a part of right now, but you also have the second one. It's anytime you deal damage to a single target with an attack, so a single target, not my grenade launcher, you may choose one friendly character not within 2 meters of you. The target of your attack suffers disadvantage on all attacks against the chosen character. So basically, you make that target get disadvantage on one of your allies.
Oh, nice.
Okay. So I'm still going to shoot that guy first.
Okay.
P90. Does that thing work or not?
No, it doesn't. I haven't managed to figure out what exactly is going on with it. I even
What the
tried
hell
like,
happened?
I don't know. I uninstalled the system and reinstalled the system, and it still didn't fix the issue.
Ah, shit.
Yeah, he like throws himself up against the wall. Bullets like, kind of like ting off. Nice little like sparking effect.
Okay, and I'll protect my Jaffa. My wow, I'm losing words tonight. Our friendly gold guy.
Okay.
My
No problem.
orthopro friend.
Okay. All right, and that leaves us with just Sam left.
All right. So they're not really within throwing range, so it looks like we're doing shooting. Is there any the thing that we're in front, like that we're standing on? I can't tell if that's like a thing that works for cover or that's just the Stargate.
It's basically just and you could throw a grenade. You've got a range of 20 meters with a thrown weapon.
But we don't forget to track your ammo.
That's
How much is
10.
each square?
Well, just 1 meter. So
Oh. It's like, do I throw or do I shoot?
From where you are, the edge of the map to the left is 19 meters.
Okay. I will actually, I don't even know what I roll for grenades. I will take a shot at the wounded Jaffa in the middle.
okay. He's busy looking over his shoulder to see what enemies are coming. So it'd be a D20 plus your dex and proficiency.
Yeah, I tried to get the roll, it didn't happen. Okay, D20 plus dex plus proficiency.
Yep.
Meh.
No, 10 is a miss.
Hey, question for you, Chris. When
Yes.
we got 2 points of initiative, that means we can act twice in a round?
No. What do you mean 2 points in initiative?
Yeah, you got proficiency bonus, and then right beside you got initiative. Then
Uh,
Mox.
Yeah, the initiative bonus is what you add to your D20 to determine when you
Okay.
go. Yeah. All right, this guy. Oh, Sam just shot at him, so he's going to shoot at her.
Sam, did you hit?
No, she did not.
Okay.
Oof.
That's horrible.
The sad thing is that's one of my higher rolls tonight.
Well, we're sure glad they're fucking up.
This guy is going to come running up, and he's going to fire at Doyle. Also at disadvantage. Uh, 10 plus 3, 13.
I got 20 right now.
Oh. Amari, maybe she can hit something. What is her attack bonus? 5. Oh,
Oh, nice.
oh, that guy, that's going to hurt him so bad.
Somebody's dying.
That's with a Matok staff, right?
It's with the Matok staff, and she's weapon specialized as well.
Oh, man.
Boom.
So yeah, she just goes running across, and she like kind of like swings that Matok staff around and fires off a plasma blast and just like blows him across the map. It is the first thing she's ever hit with it, though.
Jesus, that's like a fire, like an expanded fireball. 12d6.
Yep. Matok staff, plasma blast do 3d6 and then 66 because she's weapon specialized, and then she critted, so 12d6.
That's the equivalent when you get hit someone, and you know how in video games they lose their bones and they just flop everywhere?
Yep. But yeah, the attack specialist is what they do. Instead of giving like 5th level characters 2 attacks, they just increase the damage they do with the 1 attack.
These guys are well trained. They are still closing at us after the explosions and ragdolling of their friends.
They're either that or suicidal or believe in some kind of stupid religion.
So yeah, one of them closes with Amari and like fires the plasma blast into her. She kind of grunts, shrugs it off. She's looking like a little injured, but
All plasma blasts are not the same.
No. That will bring us back around to you guys.
I acted first last round. I don't want to grenade the next guy. We just came in with weapons. Like, my assumption is that I can draw a weapon and stow a weapon with a move action.
You can draw the weapon as part of the attack.
Wonderful. So I'm going to use one of my movement actions to stow my grenade launcher. I guess I put it on my back or something.
Yeah, it's
And
it's on a sling.
And then I will draw my P90 and shoot the nearest dude.
Okay, that's this guy.
And I will do it. I remember there's a way. Why doesn't it not open? Like, there's a way to get advantage with this. Is if I don't move, right?
Correct.
I will do that.
So yeah, so if you do not move and fire only one shot, you gain advantage against targets within short range.
Is he within short range?
Yeah, short range is like huge.
It's like 200 meters for a P90.
I did a
Yeah.
2, sorry.
Okay. Now those
Looks like I missed both.
those are both sucky rolls.
Well, it's because I rolled 1,
Yeah.
which was 7, and then I rolled, for some reason, I did 2d20 on the second one. Anyway, they all miss. I missed a lot. It goes, unless I'm using grenade launchers, apparently I can't hit.
Yeah, we found the secret.
That's right. Area weapon.
Run out.
Right. That will take us to Sam, Doyle, and Aries.
Aries will, in a very playful manner, no, Major, like this, and then point his Matok staff at the nearest one and shoot.
You might want to get slightly closer because Matok staff have a hideous short range. It's like 5 meters.
Okay. Then I will move to a. Then I'll move to. I'll close in.
Okay.
How far do I have to get for that to be?
It's 5 meters for the short range. So.
5 meters is 3d6, right?
Yeah. So yeah, if you go to like there, you'll be fine.
All right. So I'm gonna move to here. Then I'm gonna shoot that guy.
Okay.
With my blast.
Okay. So it'd be a D20 plus your Dex plus proficiency.
Try to push the button for saying attack, but it's not working.
No. Yeah. None of.
Sorry, it's 1d20
Yep.
Yeah, you were gone when everything broke. The buttons don't work anymore.
Yeah.
plus 2.
Plus your Dex.
Sorry,
Yeah. What's your Dex bonus?
0.
And
My
then-
proficiency bonus, right?
Yeah. So plus 3.
And then I roll it.
Oh, that is a solid hit.
Wow. All right, and then damage is 3d6 plus. That's just it, right?
You do have at 5th level. You have you can take one weapon you're proficient with and double the damage for it.
Oh, so this one.
Yeah. So it'd be 66.
And that would be totally useful for me if I ever hit with my preferred weapon. Ever.
Okay. All right, so it's no, not mine. So it's roll 66, right?
Yep.
Blam.
Oof.
Oh.
And he has to make a strength save.
Dexterity.
Is it dexterity?
Yeah.
Okay. Still 14. So he remains standing, but you rock him and he like falls down to one knee, kind of like uses his Matok staff to kind of pull himself up, barely hanging on.
And that, Major, is how you fire a projectile weapon.
Yeah. First one was better.
So, Sam, do you want to go first? Hello.
Sorry, that was me. Yeah. So we still have the one standing in the middle of the two downed.
Yep.
Yep.
Yep. I'm gonna target him.
Okay. Ooh, nice.
Vaguely better.
That is a hit.
All right. And the damage is what?
4d6 plus your dex bonus.
$10.
Okay. Shots ring out. He drops, leaving us with Doyle.
Okay, so I'll do a single shot on the whoever survives.
Okay.
So it's I'm sorry, it's 1d20 plus proficiency bonus plus dexterity.
Yep.
Okay, I have advantage on this, so I'll roll twice, I guess.
Yep.
I'll
Oh,
take the second
That's
one.
nice.
that second one is going to hit. So that would be 8d6 plus your dex bonus. I mean, he's only got one hit point left, but if you want to roll it just to see.
I want to see that one bullet. You don't have proficiency, right? Just dex.
Just dex.
Okay.
Oh, that was a good roll too.
36 for one bullet.
Yeah.
I blow his brains out.
Yeah, it's so yeah. In very short order, the Jaffa that were here, apparently the ones that chased Yutal, are dealt with. There's like, one of them is like, up against the wall here. There's a couple explosions. One guy got like Batak blasted across the map. The guy that dared to try to close with you just got dropped by Doyle with a precision shot. Because it is only tension level, it is D8. So if you guys actually want to not kill them and like have 1 or 2 for questioning, that's certainly viable.
Let's take 2 for questioning. More importantly, I look over at Ares and I look over at Doyle and I go, weapons of war. Because technically that 36 was more than her crit 35.
Yeah.
Yep.
It still was a crit.
What I'm saying is that your weapon still did more damage than her
Yep.
gigantic plasma blast.
And if it were a 3-round burst, I would be adding a D8 to that.
Which would also double.
And I'm gonna also
Yeah.
assume that we're, at least I assume we're probably assuming there may still be more invading forces, that it wasn't just these guards. So
I grab one by the collar and I'm like, who do you serve? What are you doing here? Where are our friends? Like I throw him like every question at the same time.
Give me an intimidation roll at advantage.
Not bad.
Right. So yeah, he's kind of like he's spitting up blood. And so what exactly did you ask him? Like, what sort of question did you want the answer to?
Okay, so I threw every question, but I'm basically like, for real, I just want to know. I'd be happy if you just told me where our allies were.
Pinned down in the ruins. Chased one of the traitors here. And he kind of like motions with his head in a direction.
Then I just like smack him over the head with like the pistol whip of a pistol whip, the butt end of a pistol, so he cinematically falls unconscious and I'm not a murderer. And then we head towards the ruins.
We want to leave any booby traps along the way for when we return, or
We
Yeah.
sure should.
Yeah, we should. That's why we brought Doyle.
Doyle, do your thing.
so I guess I'm gonna put what one of the my only claymore mine somewhere along a path that I expect the Jaffa to run after us.
Is Doyle a verb yet? Because it should be.
We've already used Doyle as a verb.
I have only one claymore, so that one's gone. I got 3 bricks of C4 that I could put somewhere else, but I mean, not right now.
I'd use one on the way there. Doyle it up.
Yeah,
Doyle up
sure.
the path. Like
Okay.
that one, we need to come back.
Give me an explosives proficiency roll.
Just a minute. I'm gonna go see what my minefield expert does again. Okay. It doesn't say anything. So, what do you need me to roll?
Let's call this intelligence and your proficiency bonus.
Okay. So that would be, well, the same thing as engineering, let's say.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Right. So yeah. So you managed to put down your claymore, run out the tripwire, get it all nice and set.
Okay, and let's go and I'll add other C4 along the way.
Okay. And you guys start making your way through. It does look like as you kind of get out of this industrial area, you know that Phoenix 8 and some of the Toker were here because it was supposed to be like, ancient ruins, but you're used to ancient ruins being, much more archaic looking, until you get to like the, high tech stuff. This looks like at one point it may have been more industrialized. But the ancients are nothing if not eclectic. So it doesn't look like ancient ruins that you've seen before, but it could be because it was off the radar. Maybe whatever humans were here actually evolved a society on top of the ancient ruins. And I will get everybody give me perception check.
If it's for spotting mines, I've got the advantage.
It's not actually for spotting mines. Oh.
I can roll, just not when shooting guns. Not what soldiers are good for.
I got nothing, but I got Eureka.
You do get Eureka. All right. So as you're making your way through this kind of rubble, I get another map ready. You spot movement from up ahead. And this seems to be more of a they're the movement that you spot, especially Nas with a 21, human-ish, but moving with a bit of a lopsided gait.
I've seen that before. Okay, so I spot. Can you point to the map, kind of where it is, so I can adjust myself? Okay, so I see it over
So we're kind of surrounded.
You only spot movement of 2.
So I'm going to move over here and keep an eye on it. And I do the motion-y things for someone to take up a position beside me or behind me.
Okay.
My belief is that's a wall.
Yes, it is.
And that as well, I can't see on the other side of that.
Correct. Basically, if I have the lighting set up right, you should be able to see what you can see, sort of thing.
Which is weird because that's all bright, but if there's monsters there, I can't see them. It's weird.
Yeah, I should be able to see that. So
I don't see. Oh, now I
Oh.
see it.
yeah, you get into a position where you can see the two of them basically moving, and they are moving towards you, and they are definitely moving with that vaguely lopsided gait that you've experienced before, and they're not making. There's no sounds coming from them.
Have they spotted us?
They have not yet spotted you.
Which way are they headed? Because here they're static, but like.
Yep. They are moving kind of like this-ish sort of way.
Okay, so they're heading to the top left corner.
So the goal will be to let them pass.
The goal is to get them together and then blow them up. So we're gonna wait for a little bit, see where they're going. I give the halt sign.
So yeah, so they are like kind of moving around, but it looks like they're in a weird sort of way. It looks like they're kind of patrolling the area. Like they're not going anywhere in particular. They're just kind of like walking around, kind of keeping their eyes open. But since this is the first time you've really had a chance to watch them for any prolonged period of time, they stop periodically and they kind of like sniff the air.
Sniff the air. Okay, that's nice. So 3 meters is this?
Yep. Smells like napalm.
I love the smell of napalm in the morning.
Yeah. Smells like victory.
Yeah, I'm just gonna like lob a nice little grenade right there.
Okay.
Oh
Ah.
shit, there's gonna be scatter. Right, I need a 15 to hit that spot.
Yep.
So where does it scatter to?
That's what I gotta look up.
This is where you say it scatters 2d6 and scatters right back into it.
Page 157 apparently. So it continues traveling and falls short by 1 meter for every point by which the attack missed. So roll a d6. And it falls short. But only by 1 meter, so
I meant to do that.
yeah. There you go. So you can roll your 66 damage. Like if you had missed that by a bunch, that could have been potentially very bad.
You shoot yourself in the eye.
Boom. Apparently they're very reflexive. Are you for real?
Shit!
Apparently they kind of like as you fire and there's like that little thump sound from your grenade launcher, their heads whip around and they start to move, getting them somewhat clear of the blast.
This is where I say it looks like grenades aren't really effective against them, although we don't really know for sure.
Yet.
So are we then rolling for initiative now? That we've triggered?
Yes. They are aware of your presence now.
It says there is no combat encounter currently in my viewed scene.
Yep. I have to add the token, so you should be good to roll now.
Ooh, I'm last.
Remember, you can use mine if you so desire
No, I rolled.
after your.
And I go at the same time as these other guys.
19 again.
I guess I'll mop up the wounded.
Chris,
I have to
I'm
opt
assuming I go
before I
first.
roll, right?
Yeah, if you want to use the majors, you have to declare it before initiative is rolled. And I rolled shit, so. That will take us to the major and Sam.
Sam rolled 19.
She went on yours.
Oh, nice. Okay, I'm going to drop the nearest one. I am going to do the one that gives me a, because I can't shoot for shit.
Right. That is a hit.
And it's on my preferred weapon. So what's the damage on that? It looks like
Be 46 plus your dex bonus.
and that includes weapon expertise there.
Yes.
D6.
D6 is not D4s.
I think it's the same. It is the
Yeah, but you still got
plus,
plus 3.
Oh
so
yeah,
it's
plus
12.
3, 12.
so yeah, you fire at this creature, and it doesn't make any grunting sounds or anything. And the bullets impact, and you see it kind of like, rocks it a little bit, and then it just like kind of looks at you, and kind of lowers its head like it's about to charge.
Sorry, was that a 3-round burst or one shot?
It was the one that gives me advantage. One shot, I think.
Yeah.
One shot, okay.
That would be Sam.
All right. So it looks like there's a wall in front of me, so I'm gonna have to step out to actually see them.
You can see.
I see one. I see one cauldron board. But I wasn't sure if the how much of a block that wall was. If it's only half wall, then I can totally shoot.
Yeah, it's enough that you can't see it.
Well,
Then
you
I
can see the
can't
one
do
you see the one you can see, right?
Yep.
Okay. All right. I will take a shot. There's only one solo, so again, grenades are for when there's more than one. $18.
That is a hit.
So 2d6.
46.
46.
Yep, 46 plus your dex.
Are you using a sidearm?
See? But you had a P90.
Yeah, I've got a P90.
Oh, cool.
Yep.
I thought you were the uncool person with the pistol.
And I do have a pistol as well, but so 16.
Okay. So again, the bullets hit it, and it kind of jerks in response to it, but then just kind of like moves its head in an unnatural way. That will take us to Amari. Who was at the back? She moved it there.
Oh, Jesus.
Luckily, we have a soldier here.
To be fair, she had a really poor showing last time, so she feels like she needs to kind of step up.
What did she crit last
And
time?
I don't.
No, I mean last game, like
Oh.
she didn't hit a single thing at all.
Yeah,
Oof.
she really sucked. She almost
It's 'cause I
died in
wasn't
here.
there. It's because I wasn't here.
Yeah,
That's why.
she's got to impress. Maybe you have aspirations of system lordship and need a first prime.
We'll go back to that. I'm gonna talk blast that thing, I think.
Okay.
But
You'll be at disadvantage unless you get closer.
yeah. Never mind. I guess my 9 mil.
Okay.
I'm not going with my cover.
Yeah.
All right, the attack button doesn't work. It's
Right.
1d,
Plus 3.
right?
Yeah, D20 plus 3.
My prof bonus, right?
Yep.
Okay.
An 11 is a miss.
Yeah. That's what I get for not using my my Natok staff.
So we got the 2 Cauldron Born.
Yep.
How damaged do they look like?
The one of them, the one that the one that the Major shot and that Amari just shot, it's like its limbs are hanging at a weird angle, but you can see it's starting to pop them back into place.
What's the rule on throwing a grenade manually?
It uses it's just like an attack. You have a range of 20 meters.
Okay.
Yep.
Manually.
Difficulty 15 to hit the square.
So it's like 1d20 proficiency and
And
dex or strength.
and dexterity or strength, actually, either or.
I prefer dex.
It's the exact same thing as a grenade launcher. I just can shoot it much farther with a grenade launcher.
Yeah.
I think. It's
Oh shit!
oh
Oh.
Jesus!
Oh.
Oh no.
So where were you trying to throw it?
Like here?
Okay. All right. So
Actually, he was trying to throw over here.
I have lost more Shadowrun players this way.
So let's roll a d6.
Roll a d6.
How do I delete that thing?
So a 3 means it falls short.
Ah, for fuck's sakes!
To delete a template, you just click on the little kind of like right angle thing, and then put your cursor over and hit delete.
But it wasn't to me.
How much did it fall short? 1 meter for every miss?
7 meters.
Yeah.
So it slipped in my hand.
It
Fell on the
slips out of your hand.
Fuck!
ground.
So I'm gonna need everybody to give me a dexterity save.
I'm no longer carrying frag grenades ever.
Only mines for you.
Yeah, I did reduce the count by 1.
Oh, if there was ever a chance to roll well. Oh no, Harry.
Oh no.
Oh, critical!
I am.
Oh,
Okay.
Hot potato. Doyle,
oh fuck,
what
furious
the?
as fuck.
Since 2 of us hit 20 or above, can we pull Eris back with us?
Unfortunately, no.
Since I roll a critical, can I just, I don't know, jump on it?
If you would like to, sure. Since you rolled a critical,
Like, he rolled 4 and then a critical. Like, he's trying to recover by jumping on it. But that might be the end of your character, right?
Well, what else is there to be done? Get everybody killed?
so yeah, since you rolled a critical, I'll basically, because normally you save for half, so I will say that rather than saving for half, you're gonna take whatever damage you roll, but everybody else will be okay.
We will save or we will not take damage.
Well, it basically means Doral's gonna take damage as if he had failed to save, but everybody else is okay.
Okay.
So that'll be
So, I
66.
guess I'm not undercover, right?
You are not.
Fuck. Okay, let's get hurt. That
Oh.
could have been worse.
So yeah, so I like to
That's like
think
half
that
my hit points.
I like to think that, Doral like sees the grenade fumble and basically like kind of whips off his helmet, throws it on top of the grenade, and then falls on it. And so he doesn't get shredded, but he does get beaten up a bit.
That's half damage. Half my HP pool. So I guess I lose my helmet as well.
It's dinged and battered and bruised, but it's okay.
Okay.
The Cauldron Born though.
I could use with the. I could have used a medic right now.
It is gonna. One of them is gonna like just move with a sickening speed, but it's still like an unnatural gate, and it's going to swing around its Matok staff into the major.
I'm impervious to staves. Staves?
Is that
Save.
melee range?
Yes.
Isn't that provoke attack of opportunity for you? I mean, you did just hit a grenade, so maybe not. Oh,
That will be a 21 to hit.
When you leave the melee range.
So yeah, it swings its Matok staff around for 12 damage.
I take it in the chin.
I think we will all need a short rest.
And as it closes, you can see like the bullets that you put into it. The bullet that you put into it kind of pops out, and that wound starts to close over.
Yeah, and that's not going to happen.
oh, they have regen.
They do. That one is going to have to sprint to get to Amari. You guys do notice though that even though they're wielding Matok staffs, they're not firing the plasma blasts. They're basically
Because they can't.
they're just swinging them like big ass clubs. That will take us to Sam and the Major.
Okay, let me find this button here. Okay, so let's see. Automatic. Any number of bullets. Attacking using. So I'm going to roll for disadvantage. And I am just going to empty 10 bullets fired, maximum attacker strength. That's plus
Yeah.
2. So
So you could fire
20 bullets.
20 bullets and add 2d8 to the damage.
That's what I'm going to do to the guy in front of me.
And it adds does it add, a tension die also?
It adds 1 tension die for every 10 bullets he fires.
Oh, okay.
15 is still a hit.
Well, 25 also.
Yeah, but he's
Right,
at
but I have
disadvantage.
So now I'm rolling how many dice with my specialty?
It'd be 46 plus 2d8 plus your dex bonus.
Fuck off.
Could have been worse.
So yeah, so you kind of, as this thing like swings at you and it's kind of like recovering to take another swing, you flick the switch on your P90 and kind of put the barrel into its torso and just like hold down the trigger for a second or so. And it definitely reacts to the bullets, like it's like twitching as it gets shot, but it's not making any sound. And even after that barrage, it is still moving.
Jesus.
We need to gang up on one and finish it off.
Yeah.
Sam.
Okay, so we've got one on the ground, one standing.
Yep.
We probably didn't bring anything sort of like, we didn't probably bring any sort of bush knife with us, did we?
We all have a combat knife.
Yep.
All right, so we got one on the ground.
No, they're both still standing.
Oh, they're both still standing. Okay.
The one that's
Oh, they're
engaged.
nicely lined up for our first prime, though. Sorry. I was saying if one was on the ground, like, when in doubt, try to cut off its head, but they're both standing, so.
One just took an extra 30 points of damage, though. I mean, I know we can't tell if they're bloodied or not, but I'm really hoping they are.
The one that's engaged in melee with the Major has numerous holes and like a large gaping like, kind of stitch across the chest from where it took the automatic fire.
Are the holes closing or are they staying open?
No, they are slowly closing.
Okay. So it's not instant, but it's a thing. Okay.
I I mutter under my breath, next time it's a flamethrower.
Should have brought a flamethrower.
Chain gun. Chain gun.
What sort of penalty for aiming?
Aiming doesn't have any sort of penalty. It doesn't really do anything. But if you fire
Basically-
a single shot, you fire at advantage.
Okay. Basically, if I do a better success, I can say where it hit. Basically.
Yep.
Because I'm thinking at this point, you need to target joints, whether it's a neck or an arm or something like that. So I will shoot at cauldron board number 1.
Okay. Good solid hit.
I do passive. I do well there. Is it possible to do something like damage targeting at like the neck or the arm with that?
It doesn't really have any particular effect.
You're firing at advantage. Can you roll
Yeah.
against in case you get a critical?
Yep, you can definitely do that.
Sure.
Who knows?
Cool.
Wow. I think I've never seen someone roll that high lately for 2 dice.
Right. But you do your 46 plus dex bonus.
So that's 19.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
I think at this point, it's like, can we do enough damage that it, that something falls off of it?
Yes. That's kind of
Yeah.
where I'm going.
So you put a shot into it, and it does drop, but you see the wounds continuing to try to close up.
But if we can get it down, we can start dismembering.
I feel like these guys are like trolls. Does anyone have acid damage?
Do we
I got
have
fire.
any? I can do acid damage, but I need Eureka points. Do I start with Eureka point? Any?
Omari,
No.
come on.
At least she's didn't
Oh
botch.
man.
Oh, she's waiting for her staff to recharge.
So the one that's on the ground there.
Yep.
It's within range of Burnination, right?
Yes, it is.
Nation.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that. So it's 1d20.
Yeah.
All right, so d20 plus
Uh,
my proficiency.
I haven't been failing my, was it int or wisdom? So I haven't been getting Eureka points. I only have the starting one.
An 11 is a miss, unfortunately.
Yeah.
So yeah, you like line up your plasma blast and you get ready to fire, and the fact that it is still stitching stuff together just throws you off ever so slightly.
Right.
Doyle,
He doesn't have advantage for prone?
you actually have disadvantage if you fire at a prone target. You have advantage for melee attacks, you have advantage on attacks made within 5 feet.
I'm going to do something stupid.
Throw a grenade?
Can I just advance at it and like stab it in the brain with my combat knife? Just finish it off?
Yeah, you attack with advantage.
Okay. And let's see, maybe I'll crit it.
Yep.
No, I won't.
But normally, mechanically, these things function like kind of like zombies in D&D, which means normally you need to roll a crit to bypass their undead fortitude, but where it's already down because you rolled higher than a 20, I'll say that you managed to basically take a combat knife into the brain, dropping it.
Go for the brain. Why weren't we thinking of shooting them in the head before?
We were. It's just what targeting doesn't. It wasn't letting me target where I shot.
Hey, I saved a bullet. I'm ecologically friendly.
Who's next, Chris?
The Cauldronborn. It's attacking Omari.
Why do I get the impression we're all going to get a short rest afterwards?
We're here to save lives.
So this thing, it swings its staff at her again. She like blocks some of it, but catches on her shoulder and lets out like a little yelp of pain. Back around to Sam and the Major.
Okay, so there's the next dude who's
Yep.
right there. I feel like I'm not going to have a lucky roll with advantage again. Okay, so I'm going to, you know what? If it requires crits, I'm going to go with just the advantage shot. So one shot, I'm trying to hit that. Thematically, I'm trying to hit the zombie in the head.
Okay.
Nope.
Right.
I do hit him, though.
You do hit him. Oh, nice.
Nice.
I forgot to roll his regeneration at the start of his turn, but that's on me. All right. So you kind of like lean over Doyle, fire at him. He jerks, spins around to look at you, then looks and sees Doyle right there in front of him. Brings the talk stuff around, ready to cave in Doyle's skull. Sam.
All right, so we do have one down now.
One is down. You dropped it, and then Doyle basically fell on it with his combat knife, and kind of through the eye socket, sort of thing.
Okay, and that one's down then, I guess.
Yes,
that one it's marked as dead and doesn't seem to be healing anymore.
Correct.
All right, I guess I will shoot at 2 because hey, there's no one actually in my way either.
It does seem like pronounced damage to the brainstem seems to stop whatever is happening.
Which is where I was asking about aiming too. So
Yeah.
I mean, in our defense, pronounced damage to brain stem tends to kill anything anyway, right?
That's right.
When in doubt, remove the head. It's with advantage, right?
It is.
Wah, wah. I miss.
Okay. Omari's turn. Oh, her staff is charged up again. So
Maybe she'll crit this time.
yeah, she's at disadvantage because it's ranged.
Oh, wait. I have something as a soldier. I think my crit range is larger. Not that it would have mattered, because that would mean that I'd have to roll well anyway, but...
Too late.
13 is a miss.
You did 2d20? What's KL afterwards?
2d20 keep lowest, so when you're rolling for disadvantage.
So
do.
KH would be highest?
Yep.
So
That's nice to know.
I need to charge my staff, right? Because I attempted to fire it last round and it didn't fire.
Correct.
Okay, so I will. It's like every other. Okay. I will charge my staff.
Okay. Well, it charges automatically. You can do something else with it. It just means you can only fire it every second round.
Smack him.
My melee is even worse than Dex. I can shoot them with Beretta, I guess.
Okay. And just as a note for the Major and Doyle, the one that is down beside you does have a Matok staff.
Is that like GM speak of you might want to pick that up?
No, just letting you know that there's one there.
So 1d20 plus 3.
Yep. It's not GM speak for.
kind of where I was leading as well.
Something going weird here. Let's try it. So, roll things being weird. All right, so there's the die. Come on. Catch up. Oh, it did it. Never mind. I rolled a d7. Not right. So it'd be 10, so I missed.
D7.
All right, that will take us to Doyle.
Doyle is going to disengage
Okay.
and move here.
All right. Perfect.
Don't get too far. You have to be close by. I have to jump on another grenade.
You want me to throw one?
No, forget it. I reconsider my words.
Okay, Owen Meany.
Ooh, that connects solidly.
Nice roll.
Hey, jumping on a grenade, isn't that worth a medal or something?
A purple heart. Just don't tell people that it was your grenade. You should be fine.
No, the Purple Hearts were getting injured. That's like a Bronze Star or something.
This cauldron board. It just basically as Doyle moves and it kind of turns around and then it swings back with like kind of a full rotation of its upper body in a very kind of disturbing way. You're pretty sure like some ribs cracked or something, and with like the full weight of that force just cracks Omari across the head and drops her.
Wow.
Whoa.
I just read jumping on a grenade or falling on a grenade is usually a Medal of Honor.
Oh, there you go. That will take us to Sam in the major.
Pew pew, I guess.
I mean, it is a Medal of Honor, but awarded posthumously, I guess.
Yeah,
Usually,
It's still with advantage, right?
as long as you only fire one shot. Yes.
but that's during wartime usually.
16. I beat a 15.
16 is a hit.
$19.
A Medal of Honor. Fair enough. They're survivors.
So you blow a fair sized chunk out of it. You now the major can look through the hole in its torso to see Omari laying on the ground behind it. But it is
But it's still
still
moving.
it is still operational.
My turn.
Duck.
Oh,
Nope.
I suck.
those miss.
Pew pew. Into space.
Heal.
Right. That is Omari, who is not doing well.
Yep. Is it me now?
Oh, wait. Never mind. That last hit to her, she's going to actually get to her feet. I really need to look at her character sheet. When an attacker that you can see hits you with an attack, you can use your reaction to gain resistance to the damage.
Well, that's not a bad ability at all.
So yeah,
Oh,
she would have 7 points left. Right.
Does she do something? Like shoot it?
She can't shoot it this turn.
Oh, but she can hit it.
She can try to swing her Matok staff at it.
This is so much easier in training when things don't shoot back.
She definitely hits more than the major.
Burn.
Not bad.
All right. So yeah, as she kind of like struggles to her feet, she like just kind of smiles at this thing and then brings the Matok staff up in like a almost like a haymaker, like right under the chin, and knocks it onto its butt. She'll like yell, "Get the knife!"
It's down. I guess I'll coup de grace it.
So yes, now that you know what you're doing, once they're down, they're easy enough, and everybody kind of like takes a little bit of a breather.
Chris, grenades
Yes.
don't knock people prone, right? They just do damage.
They just do damage. They don't.
Prone happens when I blow them up and they die.
I mean, there are certain things like essentially when you hit the brainstem, it shuts off the regeneration. Otherwise, they will eventually pull themselves back together. But as you guys deal with these two, you realize that, I mean, these were two, and you know that Arwen travels with a couple plus Jaffa, plus a systemoid. You realize that when you encounter him, you may want to be a little bit cautious.
Can you imagine if we had to deal with 10 of these things?
No.
But as the Amari kind of slumps against the wall to catch her breath. I don't think Dar's a little wounded.
Doyle's gonna duct tape his helmet.
Yeah.
Can we get a hold of Phoenix 8 now that we're out of combat?
You will be able to raise them, and they can give you, like it's all broken up and static, and it sounds like they're not necessarily involved in a firefight right now, but they're basically
Preparing for round 2.
not so much preparing, but they're being very, very cautious because they don't want to give away their position. So like kind of like short static messages. But it's enough for you to kind of get a bead on them. But you realize that you are on a world where there are numerous hostiles, some of which are potentially very deadly.
The other question is, how come we ran into Jaffa and then we ran into like zombies? They're not wearing all the same dog helmet, right?
The Jaffa they had the dog helmets. They are R1's Jaffa.
Okay, so these are part of the same unit.
You're saying, what was her complement of escort usually?
A couple of the Cauldron-born and like 4 or 5 Jaffa.
Well, we got the 5 Jaffa and 2 of the Cauldron-born.
Yeah. So basically what you've encountered in these two separate encounters is what R1 typically travels with.
Plus Arwen. You forget that plus Arwen. Well, she'll be
Right.
sniping us with freaking ring weapons.
Right.
Yeah, and she could have one Cauldron-born, possibly a Jaffa or 2.
The other thing that you notice as you take a little bit of a breather here, you stab them into the brain stems and seem to stop the regeneration, and then when you like kind of pull your knife out, curiosity can't help but kind of peek, and there's like wiring inside the skull.
Oh Jesus.
And you do remember that part of the reason why Arwen was disenfranchised from the Gwald is because his experiments were starting to experiment with replicator technology.
Mind you, maybe our EMP burst machine can affect them.
That is a very distinct possibility. But as we close in on 11, we will call it there.
Good night, everyone.
Cool.
I'm gonna go take care of my daughter. It was fun.
Yeah, I hope she's feeling better.
Thanks, everybody.
Yeah, I can only hope in a few days that things will have cleared up.
Yeah, for sure. Have a good night, folks.
Bye, everyone.
And
So
we
no
will...
MPs, right?
And we no, the mission is not yet finished. But we will see everybody next week.
Okay,
Yeah,
later. Bye-bye.
Have a good night. Have a good week, folks.